Good morning. Good morning. As you can see, I am in the light right now. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for just allowing me to be out here in the elements. And I'm just trying to align myself with the solar energy so that can, permeate through the crown chakra, make its way down through the pineal gland, go all the way down to the throat chakra so I can articulate myself in a clear, concise, and adequate manner to you. So blessings to that. First and foremost, this is the White Collar Goon, the creative and artistic manifestation of angels in politics. And you, you are the superhero. You're the archetypal. You're the quintessential superhero. And only you have those powers. Have you cultivated your powers? Are you developing, or have you established your own system of synchronicity, your own system of sequence, your own system of synthesis, all right? And that's taking, your higher self and intermingling it or infusing it with your subconscious, your lower self. That's taking your light energy, your solar energy, and infusing it with your shadow, with your lunar, with the energy at the bottom of your spine that shoots up. That's taking the yin and the yang. That's taking your, oh, this is my political face. This is my face that I show out in public. This is my face that when I go out to church or some ball or gala, I present myself like I am prim, proper, and posh, but deep down, whenever I get into the car or whenever that door closes and everybody looks away, this is who I really am. You need to take that and merge it with your personality, because this is when you find out, oh my gosh, my shadow is actually a part of me and it doesn't necessarily need to control me. My shadow isn't a bad thing about me. I mean, there are some things that I need to work on, and a lot of those things do come from the shadow. But the shadow makes you human. The shadow makes you a force to be reckoned with, and not in the sense of being confrontational or being a person who is a demagogue or a demon. But it also it shows, it gives you that fighting spirit. It provides you with that fire. It provides you with that intensity. A lot of that comes from the ego, and somebody thinks that ego is the bad thing. It's like, no, allowing your ego to feed your internal desires, your impulses, then your ego is going to lead you astray. Your ego is going to have you thinking and operating in an impulsive nature. And now you're just focused on your senses, what you see, what you feel, what you taste, what you hear. Anything that's not in alignment, or anything that doesn't, is not in correspondence to what you feel is correct, then you're ready to react to it, and that's not always the best. That's not always constructive. That's not always conducive to the outside environment. And if it's not conducive to the outside environment, then 9 times out of 10 it's not conducive to you either, because you are an extension of the environment. And we've already established that you're the hero, you're the news, you're all we think about. You're like the central integral piece to the universal puzzle. So if you're not operating on the highest frequency that you should be operating on, then don't blame the stars, don't blame the solar, don't blame the sky, don't blame the trees, don't blame your neighbor. You got to start with you, right? So boom, that's where I'm at with it. Be accountable. That's where I'm at with it. Boom. So this is Dark Arts Part 2. And somebody might be listening to the first part and they'll be like, yo, Gabe, who hurt you? Who hurt you? What did that girl do? Did she kirk out like that? Was she kicking off like that? And it wasn't even that serious. It's more so, I can put it like this. I was speaking to my homegirl the other day, and she wasn't that happy, and I realized it didn't really have much to do with me. It was more so I was a person to vent to, which is a good thing. And it's like, yo, Gabe, you're the champion for the divine feminine. Like, if you can't handle a woman's, the spectrum of personality that a woman fully embodies, and it's quite a colorful spectrum if you really know women. I mean, every woman is not gonna. It's not gonna be roses and tulips and hibiscus and fucking, you know, the wonderful dandelion flowers. Good morning, brother. It's not going to be that every day. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be that every day. Like, you're not going to have this light lily type archetype, archetypal. Hey, we're gonna go out and be in the sun and sit in the shade and have a picnic, and you smell like lavender, and you taste like roses, and we just drink the finest wines, and you're just so calm and collected, and I can just talk to you about anything because you won't get upset. Like, that's not a woman that I know. That's not women that I know. Like, there are women who have these certain qualities, but like, no, there's going to be some days and there's going to be times whereby, yeah, at the same moment, she's going to provide you with, joy and love and companionship and compassion and all of these things. And then at the same time, she might hit you with, you know, the opposite. And she's not going to be that happy. She's not going to be that happy with you, or she's not going to be that happy in general. Like, I mean, women have their own, system of synthesis that they are in alignment with, that they are, they're attaining their own ladder to upward mobility or vertical mobility towards that social, not even just the social dominance, but more so that Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and their own, ascension is a bit, it's just different than ours. It's different than a guy's, but it's different than every person. It's not like it's just a guy thing or a girl thing. It's every person has their own story, but the path to self-actualization is not an easy path. It's not an everyday path. It's not like a normal path. It's not like, yo, you see some people out here working. Yeah, they're working. You see some people out here, like, going to school and shit. Like, yeah, they're going to school. Like, you see some people, like, commuting back and forth to their job, or they're in the grocery store. Like, and, yo, they have shit to do. But, like, is everybody doing that? And at the same time, in the back of their head, they're going through a reprogramming, a deconditioning, a transformative, holistic, intrinsic, external, spiritual recalibration through every area of expression, physiologically, psychologically, mentally, cognitively, spiritually, emotionally, socially. Like, that is not everybody's path. Trust me on that, dude. Trust me on that. Like, and please, I mean, actually, don't trust me. Just, like, take heed. Like, so, like, there are going to be some people who, in the midst of that, they have their own shit going down. Like, girls have, they have things that are particular to them. Guys have things that are particular to them, privy to them, and just being able to humble yourself is a big thing. Humility is a big thing. Being able to listen, being an active listener. Not jumping to a conclusion. So I guess that might be like a term that they say, judgmental, like not judging, saying like, damn, homegirl, like, you're upset today. Are you on your moon cycle? Is that what it is? Is that the reason why you're kirking out? Is that the reason why you're kicking off? And very well, she could not be on her moon cycle. Maybe she just feels upset about you, upset. Maybe she just feels frustrated. Maybe she is on her moon cycle, but like, by you saying some comment like that, that's not gonna help the case. So it's one of these types of things. Whenever you're back and forth, or you're expressing yourself with a woman and you don't see eye to eye, you can look at it this way. If it's an argument, you can either be right, like, you think that your point is correct and you think her point is incorrect, so you want to prove to her that this is right, or you could be happy. So which one would you choose? Like, being right is like, hey, this is what you've said, and let me prove to you how this is incorrect, because you might use logic or reason, and she uses her own logic and reason and analysis and her own breakdown and evaluations as well. But when you try to force the issue of showing her how there are fallacies or there are inconsistencies in her thinking patterns and whatever she has come up with, her conclusions, you still lose. Like, and then you probably lose in a major way, because it's like she's not gonna openly accept it, even if it's like black and white in front of her. Like, you said 2 + 2 was 8, and it's not. Like, the fact of the matter is, if you're arguing back and forth with her, she's already like got the upper hand. And two, by you proving the fact that she was wrong, it serves you in a negative sense for the future, like maybe like later on that night, whenever you think you're gonna get a little bit of whatever it is that you want from her. Like, it's not gonna be that way, maybe for some time. So it's like, you can either be happy or you can be right. But I mean, like, you as a guy or you as a woman, if you think you're gonna be right all the time, it's probably not going to happen in a relationship. That's one thing that I can say. It's probably not going to happen in a relationship. So somebody might be asking me, like, "Damn, Gabe, what went down? Like, what went down for you to really put on that information about the dark arts?" I was just speaking to my homegirl, and she was just like letting me know a lot about how she felt. And it's been years, dude. It's actually been a long time since I've. And I don't go back and forth with women, but it's like, it's been a long time since a woman has expressed to me like how she felt about whatever it is that she feels about, and I had to sit there and just like listen to it. And I didn't physically have to, like, it was on the phone, but it's like, it brought back old memories. And I was telling her, it's like, yo, I'm like time traveling with you, like, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like I'm back in high school again. And I have a story. There was a time whereby I was I was really interested in this young lady, and actually, it's in alignment with a few stories of mine. I was really keen on this lady from college, and also in high school. But let's just start off with high school. There was this girl who came over, or I picked her up. So it was like we were talking on the phone. We were quote unquote talking. We weren't dating at the time, but we were talking. Whatever that word means, right? Ambiguous. And I had, my parents were out of town, or they were gone. They weren't out of town. They were gone for the night, and I expected them to be back at a whatever the estimate time was. So my thinking was, okay, homegirl, I'm gonna come through, scoop you up, and bring you back to my place, and we're gonna hang out and enjoy, alone time with each other, and then I'll bring you back before my parents get here, so it'll move like that. And I remember articulating that on the phone, and I go over there and I pick her up, and she comes back to the crib with me, and I'm, like a lot of guys, we're one track minded, especially whenever we're in the presence of a beautiful woman behind closed doors, or even if it's open door season. Like, at all times, girls are very, very clear with knowing what guys want. They definitely want that. Like, oh, you don't want to have, emotional conversations. You don't want to explain how you feel, but you want to do that. Like, so I mean, like, yeah, she's right about that. Like, a lot of girls, I mean, she's right about that. So I I remember like just trying to, as my sister says, shoot my shot. And I was trying to shoot the shot, and I guess sometimes shooting the shot means like, oh, I'm trying to like get some play, or I'm trying to get your number, or I'm trying to like let you know that I'm interested. But like, nah, my shooting of the shot was like, no, I was trying to like, I was really trying to cash that in that night. I'm just like, look, like my people are coming back in like an hour and a half. We have some time here, like, and I wasn't trying to break it down analytically or like logically, but as guys, that's how we tend to do it. And I feel like that takes away, for some women, that takes away the romantic or the romanticism or the sensationalism or just the genuine natural like expression of how you feel, because it's like, oh, so I'm here, nobody's here, okay, so you just want to like almost like a system, like systematically like go upstairs and just, we're just gonna do it like that. And I was like, I'm okay with that, yeah. But she wasn't, and I just remember trying hard to kiss her, trying hard to like bring her closer to me, and she was moving my hand. Like girls are very strong in that sense, extremely strong. Like pushing me away, blocking my hand, like not happening, not a chance. I'm like, no, bro. And of course, I'm a challenger. Like that's my personality archetype. I'm a nonconformist. It's like, oh, so you want me to keep trying? Okay, so I'm keep trying. No, no, nothing like this. No kisses, no touching, no kissy face, no intimacy. And I'm like looking at my watch, like, so like my peoples are gonna be here soon, and we're not doing anything because you're preventing me. And she saw that I had like a Trojan condom, the gold wrapper, right at that time, like who's like top dog now. You got the gold condoms in your basketball shorts. So it's like she saw it fall out of my pants or fall out of my shorts, and she was like, "Oh, so you were just like ready for this? Like you just thought this was gonna be, so this is all you had planned. You just thought it was gonna be like this." And I was like, "I'm thinking you should be I thought you should actually be considerate. You should actually be, pleased that I'm taking precautions and proper steps for the both of our safety. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking you're happy. I'm not the type of guy who's just like raw dogging. Like, but no, she wasn't. She wasn't happy. She wasn't pleased. She didn't find the falling of a golden condom falling out of my pocket. She didn't find that as a romantic gesture. Believe it or not. So she just wasn't with it. And I remember going upstairs and bringing her upstairs, and I'm thinking like, this is my last like attempt. This is almost like the sinking battleship, and it's like or the boxer who like goes down swinging, or the battleship who's like being sunk, but yet you're still firing off the missiles, you're still shooting from your cannon, whatever the case may be. But I'm like, I was, it was like a relentless. I was an unrelenting, like avid. I was keen. Like what type of 16? Well, I wasn't 16. I was older than that, maybe. So what type of 17-year-old guy isn't keen? I mean, there's people who are like, yo, my husband is 57 and he's still keen. Like, I mean, like guys are keen. Like he really wanted it, and I really wanted it, and she just wasn't for it. She wasn't for it. She wasn't for it, and I just remember like trying to get her to just trying to kiss her on my bed, and she just wasn't having it. And like when I finally, like, I think it's because I had a time limit on it. It was like, yo, so I have to bring you back, but like we have to leave, but like let's just say 9 o'clock. And once it hit like 8:58 or like 8:59 or some shit, and there was nothing, like there was nothing that happened. I remember just like being like a lost puppy. Like, it was almost as if like the spirit left my body. It was just like disenchanted, like head down. Like I had to finally bow out. Like I literally, like it was like game over. No more attempts. I didn't even speak to her like she was like, oh, serious right now. Like, I mean, like no talking. I'm frustrated. I don't want to express my frustration, so I'm just quiet with my head down, sitting like Mortal Kombat, like Shang Tsung literally snatched the soul out of my body because I could not get what I wanted. And like, guys, you have to understand, that's the dark art. That's really the dark art, because that's really what she wanted. I mean, yeah, there was a lot of like shortcomings that I had about like how I wanted to approach intimacy at that time, and I'm still working on it, guys. But you know, with her, like she could see, she's like, damn, bro, like you're giving me all the power, like, and that's what women are able to do, like when they can figure out what you really find important, and 9 times out of 10 it's going to be sex. So it's like, this is what is important to you. Okay, so now I can divvy this up. Now I can control how I do, and they always aren't going to be in control of the sex. But if that becomes your end all be all, then yeah, dude, like me having this bright and gregarious and outgoing personality is a normal, natural. It's like my natural disposition. But I once I have allocated or have just openly relinquished my happiness and my joy to this other person, because she is able to provide me with something that I can't provide myself, i.e., sexual intercourse, then it's like, oh, then I can do this. Then I can play the dangling game and say, no, like, I'm going to come over and I'm down to get in your car and I'm down to get picked up and I'm down to go to your bedroom and I'm down to, like, sit on your bed. But, like, no, we're not going to do anything. Why? Because you are, like, hounding me for it. And you've given me the control. And it was the same, it was, like, similar in college with this girl who I really liked. And I remember, like, her coming to my, not only did she come over, like, she, like, drove from her side of campus because our university was quite large. She drove from her side of campus to my place in the middle of the night, only to come up to my room, get into my bedroom, and not speak to me. Like, oh, so you're, like, I'm like, so you're upset? Oh, no, I'm not upset. Like, she's not talking to me. So you're gonna, like, you get out of your bed to come to my bedroom, get in my bed to sleep in my room, and not talk to me, and not give me any sex. So, like, there's a point of me that was like, this doesn't make sense. This, I cannot, like, I was trying to, like, program, I mean, like there's, like, programming, almost like I was a computer, like, this is incorrect. This is incorrect. This cannot happen. How is this happening? Like, how is a girl coming to your place that you pay bills for? Like, how is a woman stepping into your house that you pay? How is a woman going into your bed and she has her own bed? If she didn't want to fuck with me, she could have just said, like, "Yo, I'm not happy right now." She could have been homegirl. Homegirl didn't have to say anything. She just could have, like, not showed up, not called, not came over. But she came over to not talk to me and to not give me sex. And I remember sitting there and I wanted to kirk off. Like, I mean, I wanted to kick off. I wanted to kirk out. I want to do everything that means, like, express myself in a open, verbal, argumentative manner. And instead of giving that power to this young lady, because she already had the power, it's like, because she saw visibly I was upset. She saw it, like, and I looked, and I looked, and I stopped for like 5 to 10 seconds, and I just took a deep breath, and in my mind I was saying, when you release your breath, Gabe, you're inhaling the positivity. You're inhaling the just the positive parts of your life and nature and everything. But when you exhale, you're exhaling the negative. You're exhaling the disappointment. You're exhaling the envy, the frustration, the anger, the disappointment, whatever it is that you're feeling. Let that go with this breath, and that's where homegirl's gonna be. And sure enough, I looked at homegirl as she was in my bed, openly expressing to me, like, nope, you're not going to talk to me, and don't think you're getting anywhere close to my intimacy, anywhere close to my divine feminine. Like, you know what I said? I said, all right. Took the deep breath, and I said, I'll sleep on the motherfucking couch. And I did. And that was the last time. That was the last time I spent time with that young lady, and that was the last time. That was definitely the last time I saw her in that light, and this was over 10 years ago, so now we're really good friends. But, like, just at that type of that thinking was like, don't allow yourself to be taken for this ride, because if somebody is like the Ludacris album, like, or not his album, whatever his record is, record label, like, if somebody's disturbing your inner peace, that's not a fucking good thing. Why? Because they have won, and they have control over you, and my autonomy and my freedom is paramount to me, because I need that to be creative. I need that to be constructive. I need that to be productive, and I'm productive and constructive through my creativity. So as soon as I find, like, my inner peace being disrupted or taken, or I find myself like, oh shit, Gabe, like, you're like a laid back kind of guy, like, this girl is having you tight. Like, this girl's having you kirking out. This girl's about to have you, like, kicking off and, like, being a person that you're not. And it's like, just let it go. Let that shit go. And that's the best thing to do. Like, I exhaled. I slept on the couch, and somebody was like, no, Gabe, you can't sleep on the couch in your own place. Like, no, Gabe, you can't have somebody stay in your own bed, in your own bedroom, and you're sleeping on the couch. No, that's not right. You can't bring a girl over to your crib and she's turning up on you like that, and she's not giving you. Of course. But you make your decision, and you got to stick with your decisions. And after that, I said, oh man, I have to stop relinquishing my power to the women because they understand that's the dark tactic. That's the dark arts. Namaste. Namaskar.